All right, everybody, we're on Facebook now. Okay, so it's 2:57. It's 2:57, right? He got a lot of.
I don't know if I always run up in here. Cause it's cold.
Girl, usually it's hot. You want to turn the heater on?
Right.
It'll warm it up in here a little bit. Okay, but Monty, I think those are critical things that we need to be talking about with young girls right now. Self-preservation, self-care. How do you take care of your vaginal cavity? Do you dish?
Sex education.
Do you dish or not to dish? Can you flush? Because you can flush with water.
Yeah, you can.
And they don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't even know about that.
Yeah.
And I think those are things we need to talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Not trying to be funny, just, you know what, it's real issues, and I realize that nobody is talking about this. You know,
Right.
today I just...
They do a little bit, but it's to really, like, sell products. It's not to do it in a more holistic way.
Yeah.
Find stuff you got at home and go from there. And
Yeah.
the thing you need to find is water most of the time. So
You know, we talked about, me and Bree just had this conversation. She was like, Mama, I think that a lot of women, she said this 2 weeks ago, are missing out on a bath. And they won't immerse their body into that lower.
Right.
You need to let that sit.
I will say also, too, on a spiritual note, you could get to smelling it because of the partner. You're not supposed to be.
Money, let's talk
Like,
about
no, seriously?
we can talk about it.
Okay, we're going to talk about it.
We can talk about it, okay? Because
That's a major thing.
are you to cheat or not to cheat?
Because one thing about it, God's going to send you some signs.
Yeah, he will. Your body.
And if you're not paying attention, you know.
Your body is the sign,
Oh,
ladies
yeah,
and
for sure.
gentlemen. Please pay attention. It's 2:59. Guess what? We're going to get ready to go live in the studio.
1, 2.
On the ones and the twos. 2:59. If you're coming on in the room, like and share for me, please. We go through this quite frequently. Not that I'm in a judgmental error. Well. Hello. Is everybody on with us? Right now you're on live with Afternoons with Delight. And thank you so much for coming on with me today. I appreciate everybody that's on live and also over the airways. And before we get started today, like I said, this is Afternoons with Delight. And before I do anything, I have to go over the legal ID that I do at the top of the hour. Each hour I come on. Our legal ID is this, WRFU LP Urbana. This is our disclaimer. WRFU is an open forum for the Urbana-Champaign community. Views expressed are those of the speaker and guests, and they are not intended to represent WRFU, UCIMC. Like I said so much a little bit earlier. Thanks so much for everybody getting on with me live. I appreciate it. But before you know what I have to do, I'm in the studio, so I have to introduce who's with me today. And today, Draper's here.
How you doing, everybody? Good afternoon. Hoping everybody have a blessed, beginning. This is the day how we begin to be better people, mindset, spiritual, everything. Be more community active. These are the mindsets of the spirit and soul from the ancestors. Wake up.
So true. All right. Draper is here. Guess who else is here? Sharita's here.
Hi, everyone.
Stop acting like you talk that low. Anyway, Monty is here in the studio.
Hello.
Thanks so much, Monty. You did your mic check as you were supposed to.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate that, right?
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. All right, ladies. We're in the studio. A lot is happening. Let's start off with the beginning of the day. You know what today is, right? You know what today is, right?
It's 9/11.
It's 9/11. You know how many years ago?
11.
Right. How many years ago? 24 years ago. Wait a minute. Let me introduce who else is in the studio with us.
All right. What's
You hear this person in the background?
BJ.
It's the master blender mixer,
What's up?
track star, Olympian extraordinaire, and we have him at our disposal. Aren't we lucky? We appreciate you, DJ BJ.
I think I got everybody dialed in correctly.
Yes,
I
sir.
think
Yes,
so.
sir.
You know,
Let's show.
appreciate you so much. But hey, Aunt Vanessa, what's going on, Auntie? But
Hey,
she's
Auntie.
gonna look at you. Anyway, so it's been 24 years since 9/11, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all remember what you were doing on that day?
No.
You know, I remember that day. I remember the day exactly. I had got off work. The kids were little, like Bree and Bubby. They 31, 32 years old. So they were going to the school right down the street, Andrew Jackson Elementary School. Kiwi was too. And I had got off work. I came home after taking them to school, you know, laid down on the couch. And the next thing I knew, Diane Sawyer was on the news, and they had said the plane had ran into the building. So that was like my first interaction of what it was. I mean, and I think at that point in time, we all thought like it was like everywhere else in the United States was going to be attacked.
Right. And
So-
then the truth comes out to where the consciousness get awakened, and now you knowing that a lot of stage acts to how the people looking this way when they really trying to go do this here.
Oh my goodness.
You know, it's the same play you see today. You know, you keep creating these scenes so everybody focus here while they planning the big plot to go probably take out some whatever garbage
That's
that they
what I
got
said.
planned on. But we will see it in our visual eyes because, like I said, we know now what's
Yeah.
going on. So
Yeah.
it's just you keep your family safe and, you know, keep your eyes and ears open and making sure you don't be a victim of those plots and plans.
That's the
Be
truth.
careful and just, you know, don't go out there arrogant acting like this the same world we used to live in.
Yeah, that's the truth.
You know.
I think a lot of us are still blind. We keep constantly worrying about what the news is saying instead of living in the reality of the world that we're in. You're not worried about your 4 blocks. You're worried about what's outside of your community. And I think so many times we're invested in the wrong spaces and the wrong places and time. And this is like, I think that I'm going to say it like I'm going to say it. And the views expressed here are those of the speaker, right? But I have to say this. I think that we as a people are so blinded because we have been listening to what other races have told us for years, right? So we only fixate on what we believe but based on what we believe, who taught us?
Yeah.
Who taught us this stuff? So now I have to constantly think to myself, as we're moving forward, as things are going on right now. You know, I just got phone calls all last week from so many different people who got shut off Medicaid, Medicare.
Right.
I got, phone calls from people who need food because we got shut off food stamps now. You know what I'm saying? So now we need a food pantry. We need all these resources. And the things that we can control within our community, within your 4 blocks, I know you can control your 4 blocks. I know you could be an ambassador to your 4 blocks. This is what I'm not understanding is the rapid impact of what we're seeing. There is no rapid response in the African American community.
Because we never put that team
No.
together to finish, like I said before one time, that Martin Luther King era, where he stopped at. Going straight to Washington, going to these main areas where we need demanding the stuff that we need
Yeah.
for ourselves and our culture.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's for the people that have education or any type of stuff like that, you know, who's supposed to step up and knew how to create the documents, knew what proper things to put in because they did the due diligence and got the, right way to go in there and converse with these people, sit
Right.
at the table and be respected and present yourself with a quality of character that's undeniable. You know,
Yeah.
you talking about actually being prepared to stand as a king for your nation or a queen.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to deliver that to them. Because this is already they created system and they created everything. So you got to go in there and decipher their stuff, bring it back to them in an intelligent way to let them know, I already understand this play, but we are our own kingdom and we have our own declaration, constitution, things for, cause we ain't standing on business like that deep to really show them we are a country. We are a nation. You know what I'm saying?
That's
we allow them to give us a nation
Too much power.
that don't have
They got too much power.
love for us. So
Not
to
at
really
all.
say that, cause we beg and try our best to be, accepted. So we tired. People are tired. That's why you seeing the laziness of people. People's spirits giving up on that. Because it's night. Now it's like flight or fight. Now we choose and fight.
Yeah.
And we feel it. Everybody feeling it all over the globe.
Yeah.
You know. And it's just, and when we see these reels and things showing these stuff, I ain't just looking at it because of the reel. I'm listening at the pain of my peoples all over the world.
Yeah.
And I feel that, because when I hear somebody saying, I'm tired of them doing this, I'm like, man, y'all going through the same thing over there?
Yeah.
Over there?
Yeah.
You know? And I say, man, it's funny how your skin look like mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so I can't say it was just here we getting, you know, a certain culture. Y'all getting done like that with the same skin that look like mine?
Right.
So I'm like, and I'm asking in the whole nother side of the continent, y'all getting done the same way, and they saying it in the language that they doing and explaining the same thing. I'm like, this got to be systematic and strategic amongst some countries that put together a powerful team that we didn't know that they did, which the 7 that came and invaded this country and did all those things. And they all work together and smile in our face and sit around here. But when we see all these different shades, we ain't putting them where they is. That's the Serbians, that's the Italians, because all you see is one shade, because that's why they claimed it black and white, so you don't know the truth of who everybody that went against you.
That's right, because you know what, this color system was alive from the beginning.
No doubt.
Anyway,
No doubt.
We can talk about the caste system, but we ain't gonna go that deep today. What we are gonna touch on is females, feminine hygiene, feminine overall care. We finna get on all the because we got to talk about
I don't want to
Of
be
course, because we
embarrassed.
want to. It's not embarrassing.
I don't want to be embarrassed because if y'all said, no, don't. Everybody
Hey,
is good.
Mr. Mac,
I don't know.
listen.
I thought all the women, had great hygiene. I ain't saying, I don't know. I can't judge nobody. I hear people say things, but, you can't judge nobody. But since y'all are women, I guess y'all finna explain it to me. So as a man, and I can explain it to a daughter or something. In the better
You
way
can
to
explain
say
it to us as women. So, we're going to bring you in for this.
Oh, Lord. Y'all done brought me in this one. Huh?
Yeah, because you know what? Like me and Amani, we're just having this conversation. Unfortunately, y'all are listening to WRFU-LP Urbana. This is our disclaimer. The views expressed are those of the speaker and guests.
I heard it.
Okay, and guests. So we're just trying to make this clear. And the reason why we're talking about it is not to like throw shade at the women, young girl. We're not throwing.
I know I'm not.
No, we're not doing that.
Because I know that's what I'm saying.
we're
Me
not
being a
doing
man,
that. No.
I got to be very delicate on responses. So I'm just you want the honesty.
We want the
You want the
honesty.
truth.
So true.
Do you not know who this man is? But anyway, so we can talk about some things. And there is a difficulty out here right now that we are seeing with a lot of young women. And I have young daughters. We have Monty up in the studio. Let's look at her again. She's single and ready to mingle. Listen.
I don't know about that part, but definitely single.
I said ready to mingle. I didn't say nothing else. Just mingle. We have to clear them first. But anyway.
Right. Okay.
So we were talking about young women, just women in general. Me and Sharita, we've lived this young life. And
we're living this young life.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so but you know what? It's a lot of young girls that I've been running into, having conversations with, that did not get any kind of formal training from home. And sometimes I think, even though mom was there, I don't think mom really paid attention to that detail.
Right.
Thinking that you're going to do what I tell you to do. Go and take a bath.
Yeah.
Not
Not explaining the reasons behind it and everything.
Right. And I'm not saying we're here as the experts, but we are. Each of us women in here holds,
y'all women.
I said each of us women.
Right. I'm letting the
I
voice,
said-
it's a man here too. Excuse me.
Amen.
Excuse me.
They know it's a man here. We did
Okay,
the
I'm just
introduction.
saying.
I was just saying. So anyway, we've had this discussion though amongst ourselves. But how deeply has it gotten with the young girls that we're around now? you know, and now you're having, you know, we got a young gentleman that was in the program that we worked with, 14 years old, you know, exclusively sexually active with 3 girls. And so now you think about this.
Right.
What 3 girls? Then I just had a friend girl who told me her 12-year-old was pregnant. So I'm telling you, listen, the baby is due because she hid the pregnancy from her mom because she's so little. So she like 7 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Her baby's due before the end of the year. And she didn't even know this. How did you not know as a mom, especially the mother that I was, right? I got to go where I was. If my girls had a cycle, I'm going behind you and check.
Right.
Did you wrap it up?
Right.
Did you double wrap it? Did you put it in the tissue? Did you put it in a bag? Did you tie it up?
Yep.
They don't have those explanations because then I go to these junior high and high schools, girl. The bathrooms are atrocious.
I believe it. I've seen it.
I wouldn't even sit down on a toilet.
No. There's no way.
It's
that
that
is not
bad.
ladylike.
So you got all kind of bodily fluids left in the toilet, or most of the time on each stall.
Right. Unsanitary.
You know, and so like I'm talking about this today, and we're gonna talk about this today because you know what? What is missing?
Right.
Beast babies.
Yeah. What's missing?
Yeah.
Right.
And who did this?
Right.
Huh?
Okay.
Then I just got off and heard a man talk about earlier today, because I was on a radio show this morning on the Mac Man Morning Show. It's out of Mississippi. Mr. Mac is online, right? He talked about the people in Louisiana. It's a 60% HIV rate in Louisiana.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And these are young kids. Me and Draper just had this conversation about the AIDS epidemic and HIV and how fast it's coming around with these young people. Now we go back and talk about this 14-year-old boy who's got 3 girls.
Right.
Now you're like, what STDs are you spreading around? You know, they done got so comfortable and so over-sexualized because of this media.
Yeah, media. Yeah.
Social media is.
You don't even think that you gotta
Something
take
else.
care of yourself. So there is sex. Can I say that? Yes, it is. There is sex to be had that's on social media, but they think that's what it is. They don't know about the preparation and the care that you have to take of
Right.
yourself
Of that temple.
between the legs.
Yep. Yep.
And then not only between the legs, now you're talking about in your mind.
Yeah.
What seeds of poison are you putting in somebody where you can go to 3 girls and you're 14 and have relations?
And you think that's fine? That's cool.
Yeah.
So now it's the why. Why
Yeah.
you think it's fine? Why you think it's cool?
So my question, y'all ladies, like, okay, y'all don't feel like naturally as a being like y'all ask us as men, you know, I know we had to learn about, you know, the soap and wife and stuff. Like when you do it, you didn't feel that was something naturally that was supposed to stick with y'all. Like, cause I'm pretty sure when everybody was a baby, you remember the soap towel going on your butt
Right.
and things like that. So it wasn't like you didn't have the, you
If
know,
you
the
had
steps
that.
to it, but as you doing it as a kid, you want to grab a towel and do it to yourself, cause you know what I'm saying, cause you start to learn by when people doing it with you, you know what I'm saying, so like me and all this stuff, or even if aware, wow, do a boy pay attention to these things, cause a lot of that stuff revolves around what makes you feel like I gotta tighten myself up, because if you used to live in a certain way, you know what I'm saying, and then you want to engage with other people make you either turn yourself up and be better, or they take you backwards.
Yeah.
So
Or, you know, somebody can come in and meet you for 2 weeks. You
Yeah.
seem like you were clean. You seem like you took care of yourself.
Right.
And now I done got involved with you. So now this becomes like an everyday occurrence. Now you're talking about a tie that became something off of sex. But now you got to think about this as well. Because some girls might not ever have had that towel and that rag. Okay? You might not ever had a mom who came home and bathed you or told you what to do. This is what I'm thinking, is how deep are we away from a mom? Because let's talk about it.
Right.
Moms are single.
okay,
Moms are raising their kids alone.
right.
If I'm working all night, I expect you to be up, ready to go, and out of here.
Right.
when you get to school now, because I know a lot of y'all done been up into the school,
yeah.
where do you see little girls dressing like?
Mm.
Huh? You see the bonnet,
Yeah.
you see the pajama
Them
pants,
slippers.
and the slipper. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of girls aren't even into that mode of, I'm
I
finna
wanna-
freshen up. And because we're meeting so many people on social media, I don't have to present. I don't got to present no more. Because now I can go to Roy online, right? And he becomes my comforter. Now you don't know if that's a sexual predator, deviant, anything behind that social media platform. But these seem like what the young people's minds are in and on right now. Even as we're talking about the 14-year-old boy with the 3 girlfriends, listen, well, how did you get that though? You know what I'm saying? And what finesse, because you had to have something in order to even get to that level where you could. Your mama must have not been home either. Because how did he come over to your house and lay up with you?
I mean, sometimes, you know, we at that stage when we rushing to go outside and ain't got all the tools before I went outside. And that's how a lot of us go outside and get everything we got brought on. That's like you taking that journey, because you know, when you take that journey,
You better.
whatever you trying to do, when they come out that free will and you start doing all, you start to lose some sense of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that was the beginning stage where I could saw myself detaching from God behind getting loving to the worldly things.
And I was gonna piggyback
You know.
on what you guys were saying, that the social media, they want to be like a lot of these people. So yeah, they may come to school with the bonnet and all that and other stuff. They might not even see that on social media, but maybe it's just so much pressure from social media that they don't even feel comfortable to present their authentic selves.
Thank
Right.
you.
Because
Thank
that's
you.
really what it
Thank
is.
you.
We just want to be ourselves, but we see all this whatever going on social media. She's dolled up and whatever.
Right.
We want to be like that. At a point,
and no,
I
we
wanted to
can't
be
afford-
like
we
that
can't afford
until I
that
felt
lifestyle.
comfortable, and we can't afford it.
And that's the stuff in our
And you
heart.
have to
and
be
it hurts
comfortable
us.
in that
Yeah.
your own skin.
Right.
What
Yeah.
God already gave
Thank
you.
you.
This
Thank
hair
you.
on your
Yes.
head,
Yep.
everything, the lashes on you know.
Yeah.
Let's not try to keep up what they call it, keeping up with the Joneses.
Joneses.
Let's
Yeah,
not do
right.
that.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
the
think we need more of that. Those who want to present authentically, so that the young people can refer to and relate to and things like that. But it's watered down right now with a lot of fake. So, and I mean, I get it. Is it right? No, but I get it.
This, you know what? I was just telling Drake, like, this was not a thing. How many years ago? Because, Sharita, I've been up here, 18 years or something like that right now? Right?
Yeah.
I've been knowing you about 16 years of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, for women to be wearing hair, makeup like that. Listen, I came up here like this.
Yeah.
This been me my whole life, right?
Right.
But you come up here and now it's everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And you like, wait a minute.
And it started real young, like 6. Honestly,
younger
6-year-olds.
than that.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
younger, yeah.
And that's what I'm
So-
saying. Like, this is everybody. I just was.
And I get it, you want to be dolled up. I get it. But really feel comfortable in the skin you are in now. So then later down the line, you're not
Thank
dealing
you.
with that,
Yeah.
you know, that fight, that friction.
But what is the
of being
purpose?
yourself.
What is your reasoning behind it? What? To get a boy?
Yeah.
Because we talk about young girls,
Let's
right?
talk about it.
Sometimes,
That's the
but
truth.
if it's starting at
That's the
6,
truth, though.
is it
That's
the
why
mom?
it's done.
So something is lacking and something is missing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I mean, and you know
I'm learning
this.
something today.
You know
Yeah.
this. I mean, as women, I think that's a lot of times where we struggle at, and because they don't get that foundational understanding. Like, you know what? I fixed my daughter's hair every weekend. That was a thing. You know what I mean? My daughters had the slammingest hairstyles, and they'll tell you. My son had braids and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I knew how to do all that. So my kids I kept them well groomed and well put together.
Yeah.
So when they got older, to see them doing what they're doing now, Kiwi, Bree,
Yeah. They got it
hey,
honestly.
they got it honestly.
honestly.
You didn't get this
Yeah.
from social media.
Right.
You got this from your
home.
mama.
Hello?
yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
I
Got it
taught
from
you
home.
how to take care of yourself. I was in the bathtub with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this what you do. I'm going to show you, and I want you to emulate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I wasn't sitting there for the whole package of the thing, but this
Right.
is the
Yeah.
expectation.
Right.
I want all these items used when you come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear me? Now I'm gonna come back and forth in the bathroom. You know, you leave the door unlocked and you make sure they doing what they
Right.
supposed
That was
to
so
do.
good.
Me, you know what I'm
Yes,
talking about because
absolutely.
you got all girls almost. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
3 girls.
But you know what that sounds
So-
like though? That when a woman is in that mindset, she remember her nurturing role.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what a lot of,
Oh.
you know,
And-
I don't know. I just
You
my
saying
feelings-
it? Yeah.
Just when you forgot your nurturing role as a woman,
Mm.
and you became more tough and hard
Mm.
to where you almost become like the man that you despise that made you that way. So, but I'm like, I don't know how. You know,
Yes.
you kind of look at yourself to get rid of that because
Yeah.
that's something that'll stick with you. Like when you can
Forever.
hear that, and it changes.
Forever.
It changes a lot about, like I say, that confidence, self-esteem.
It do.
You know, now you're talking about your trust factor. Now it's messing with your belief systems on how to even give people a godly chance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you know so much stuff when we go out there on that journey
Yeah.
and keep
That's
trying
always
to
what it is.
keep trying to chase those things that we
Tracy.
like.
Hey,
Because
Miss Lillian.
most all the stuff that I liked the most,
James.
some of it wasn't good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had
Hey,
to
Josh.
be honest, but I tried it and I learned the lesson from it. That
And
was the whole
sometimes we
thing.
need to just learn
You know
on
what
our
I'm
own,
saying?
you know what I mean?
But to keep repeating that,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
some of us got
Yeah. Yeah.
repeated cycle type living lives
Yeah.
right now. You
You're
know,
not
we
learning.
keep doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So until we learn our lessons, the pain gonna hurt a little bit more.
Yeah. Listen.
You
Let's
know?
talk about the men.
Oh.
Well, I was going to
Let's go.
piggyback on
I
what-
mean, you know, listen. I'm
I'm
finna say, I'm finna say everything now.
if a
The
mother
guy
is
ready.
taking
I'm
on
humble.
that masculine role,
Right.
Why?
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 Where does lacking? She
Where's
has
lacking?
to sometimes.
Absolutely.
And I love my mama,
Thank you.
Yeah.
but she had to.
Yeah. Tell
You
the
know,
truth.
she had to
Tell
take
the truth.
a lot of
Tell the
masculine.
truth.
She has to.
And
she
it's-
had to be.
it's-
You know.
But Amani, thank
and-
you.
And
Thank
she was
you.
working. She was. You know,
Thank you.
it's only so much
Thank
she
you.
could teach us and
Thank
things like
you.
that. And I
Absolutely.
feel like that's a lot of what is happening now as well.
Thank you. Shame
so
the devil, girl.
We don't want to blame, you know,
No.
parents or anything
No.
like that. Well, mom specifically, but it's like when it's unbalanced,
Mm.
something's lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has to pick up, you know, the missing pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And some things might get left in the dust. Like hygiene might have been one of those.
I
You
know.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lack of father in the home.
And
Let's go, because
Now
now we're going to turn it.
because we need some resources now. Now
Yeah.
that we talking, we need some resources where, you know, the women, the moms may be working so hard and things like that. Maybe they can send their daughters or whatever to someone they trust or whatever and get that, you know, that teaching.
I know what
we're
you're talking
supposed to have some
I know what we're talking
After-school
about.
program
Thank
that
you.
Teaches
Hygiene.
hygiene.
something.
I mean, and we had this conversation. You know, the development of. Let's go back, because now y'all done put me on a roll or something. It's 3:26. Let me mark this time. Because listen, you talking about something, all right? Because I understand. I mean, I got to be in this place where I got to say that I understand. I've been a single mom the majority of my children's lives, right? My oldest is 32 years old. My youngest is 18. You know, and to be in that place, you know what? We were having a conversation with Andre and Sydney. We were outside. It was Andre's birthday, and we were talking about relationships, or the men were, and I'm listening. You know what I mean? But what I gathered a lot from it was each side is hurt. You know what I'm saying? So when you produce a baby and it doesn't come out in the expectations for mom or for dad, and then you part your ways, each of you have a responsibility to that child. And you know what? For women, because I can only talk about women on this platform as I am one. Women, I think it's your duty not to dog your children's father.
I agree.
I think it's your duty not to sit up here and put all the malicious, hateful things that you can put into your child's head about your experience with they daddy. Because every child is not going to have your experience,
Right.
a sexual experience at that, with their father, right? But a lot of kids now, you get out here and the decline in the father is because, you know what, I don't want him around because my mama said he was no good. So in the eras of that, you can learn. My brother got a 12-year-old daughter he don't even fool with because the mama crazy, and I can say it online. She know who I am. I know who she is. If she want to say something, come online, girl, because I'm willing. Anyway, but this is the thing. Now you done put poison in a little girl who needs a father. We can't even participate. Now you're going to get somebody step up in there. Now your daughter going to see the dysfunction of this. Instead of you going back and repairing what you broke with him, you know what? Forgive me, man. And one thing I did not do, Sharita is my witness. 16 years, Sharita. Have you ever heard me in front of my kids, dog? Any daddy?
Never.
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 Never. And I want to. So bad. Oh my God.
But it's not who we are.
Stop it. But
But it's not who we
But
are.
it's not who I am. And I explained that to Dre. I explained that to Dre earlier. I ain't never been that kind of a
Because
person.
they're gonna have their own experience with their
That's it.
parent, you know, whatever.
That's
parent.
it. So
Yeah.
now you got dysfunction as an adult grown woman out here producing. And you know what? You base an experience that ain't even harvested in you off of your mama's experiences. So now your mama's experience delegate your experiences, right? If you don't get the healing that you need, man, y'all better get out here and start forgiving people on a regular basis and saying what your strife and your grief is at that moment. And don't wait.
Yeah.
Because what you doing is letting your kids see you build and harvest hate and bitterness. And then you wonder why things transform the way they do in your life.
Why they number 3 in somebody's relationship? Not number 1, not number 2, number 3.
Thank you.
Because something is missing and lacking, and they looking for it in them.
Yeah. And you know what? Now you got Sally. She got 6 kids now because she done tried to figure out what in every one of those men that she was with having
The
a baby,
missing
the
part.
missing piece that her mama wouldn't let her have.
Absolutely.
Because that's the reality of what we're experiencing right now. You want to move on to another relationship instead of fixing the relationship that you should from the very beginning. I highly recommend therapy. And if you ain't got therapy, get you a group of sisters or a group of men that you can sit down in solitude and discuss your life. Because those same childhood scars will play out in your adult.
Absolutely.
You're going to see the same, you know what I always say, heal the man, you know what I'm saying, and love, heal the child and love the man. You know what I'm saying? Because there are things that are inside of all of us, women and men, who have been displaced by things that we had from our mothers and our fathers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I know my mom loved us to the degree where she was like, I'm a put you back. You know, don't be around him. He ain't no good. We in the same house with the daddy.
Oh, wow.
But we would be going to church. She would have us everywhere else but being around him.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like to save us, but it really didn't save us. Because the only thing you could have did was move us out of the house. That would have saved us.
Right.
But you didn't do that. So we separated ourselves from our daddy on the understanding that he evil to my mom.
Yeah. That's it.
He was bad to her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then now, you know, as you getting older, now you're trying to get those relationships with those men and those women. So now you're looking at all these people. Everybody's having children with broken hearts.
Yeah.
And you think you're going to love a little person enough to heal you. It's not going to happen,
Because hurt
sweetheart.
people hurt people.
That's what you're going to do.
And the
Absolutely.
spirit of that will go
Yeah.
into that child. And that's
Thank
why
you.
you have an
Yeah.
angry, violent child, and you wonder why, you know,
Yeah.
he seemed like he ain't got no resistance to love or no feeling for love, because it's like you never gave it to him even in the inside of you.
No.
Yeah.
No. So how can you get out here and say you're going to nurse something to health
Oh.
and bring it to life? You can't.
Doing it for yourself first.
Right.
Yeah. Cause
You gotta be selfish.
That's how I believe them joyful babies come out, for the mothers that love themselves all the way through. Not a anger moment, just a you know, joyous. The glow is different and everything.
Yes.
And the child will come out with a better strength.
But
because,
you know what? We got to talk about that now. Since you done hit that, It's imperative if a woman is pregnant that the father would be a reliable resource in the pregnancy. If you stressing the mama, what do you think you gonna do to the baby? If you making the mama go through, what do you think you gonna do to your baby?
I mean, I can understand that, you know, sometimes when a man, especially if his first child, and then, you know, he ain't financially stable, and then thinking that, you know, what's the requirements to be a daddy, what all I need to do, you know, how much I need to, just those, you know, worries or whatever and concerns a person have.
I want
and
to
like
say,
you
okay.
said, without no therapy or no mentors or no brothers who got no solid good advice to really, you know, help you walk this journey down and say, listen, bro, this is what you have to do now.
Right.
And really, you know, explain some testimonies how they did with their kid, you know,
Right.
about the sacrifices, about those things. But once again, a lot of children were made through pleasure, not for purpose.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when you have children like that with men that had no intentions on loving you,
Man.
Yeah.
that's the difference. And I'm like, you know, when they say keep it real and do all this stuff, that sometimes they say, even though, and if a man like, no, I don't think I want to be with you, but we can be friends. That's the title, or, you know what I'm saying, or however. But that's saying that you're not worthy to be my wife or somebody that I give my kids
Let's
to.
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Just being honest, because I'm like, I ain't, because I'm like, it ain't like all women have to be a sexual to a man, because you can have some women that's your sister.
Right.
And that's a good position too, because that's not a place where, you know, you going in that area of, you know, intimacy where babies and things can be corrected, because you could just be a nurturer naturally on the black side, on the sister. You know how it is just to be a uplifter, or somebody
Right.
might help with, you know, detail, yo, sister,
Right.
I'll help you do the work, or, you know, just the basic things that people need that you can count on and support.
Right.
You know, but now when you're talking about a male and somebody that I'm finna build with and have intimacy with, it's a whole lot of questions we need to start figuring out and talking and really, because that shouldn't be easy. Because I'm knowing if I give myself to you, you know, you got so much of me that is with you. You know, especially in that note, because you remember somebody forever from a good love making session. Forgive me, you feel me?
Yeah.
Somebody you could, that when they say somebody sprung or something, because you the passion, the energy that you give to somebody,
Right.
you can wrap them in your circle, and that's like you bonding. That's like you married. Because when somebody can say they love you from sexual pleasure, you bonded. That's like that click. You connected, and we just throw away that feeling and the essence of, you know, that's what God let you know when somebody loving you and care for you.
Yeah.
And we don't take
It
that.
ain't no-
We don't take
There's
that.
no value in
No,
that anymore. There's no
we
value
just
in
move
that.
on to the next. So we all got several amounts of spirits and, you know, people that we done bonded with. That's why when you still, because it's natural when you done dealt with people. You can't say you don't think about them. Not to go call them and then you be like, what they doing? Even though you don't want it to, but it's just the thought, because those are the people in your life you gave
Yeah, 'cause
yourself
this is
to,
all energy.
that you remember. You remember stuff. That's why I say, you know, especially the ones who hurt you. Those the ones that you carry on, and that's what holds you back.
And it can make you
That,
sick.
you know,
Listen,
exactly.
if you don't get you got to get your healing from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, I think, you know, we had this conversation with a few men. Detoxing
Yeah.
Yeah.
is a real thing.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not talking about detoxing,
Talking about spiritual.
man, for real, because you need to dump for at least 2 to 4 years, I would say, after a long relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need solitude time. You need to recapture yourself. And you know what? I had this conversation with Bree yesterday. If a man spend the block on you, listen, and he try to come back to you the same time again, a year or 2 years from now, and find you in that same place, he gonna get you in that same place. That's why the evolution of how you develop, how you take the time to heal, how you dump. How do you get rid of this? You know what I mean? And a lot of people are having that constraint of not even understanding. I don't know how to. You know what I would recommend is to fast.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about fast from everything. If you can fast for 3 or 4 days at a time and then go back to what you're doing, but take that break from yourself. Solitude is real. You know, believing in God is real. I don't, listen, we on this platform and you know I got to talk about him at least one time.
Okay.
Have to. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't understand what the urgency is to find a mate with no spiritual boundary or connection between you two. You know, in the long run, what's the benefit of this?
Right.
What are we doing if we're not talking about building or going up to another magnitude in life? If you just talking about a sexual thing, and this is what they are so addicted to right now.
Yeah.
This is what's selling. This is every time I open the back app on here, I gotta look at a girl shaking her butt in front of me, and I'm like, I'm not. Listen, why am I even seeing this?
Right.
This ain't part of my normal stream,
Nope.
but it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
And then you know what? I put something online with Jamal Bryant, shared it, right? Did you know on TikTok it said it violated community standards? I said, but the prostitute y'all was just showing me didn't?
Yeah, that's another
I'm
thing.
just like, come on, y'all.
Because they want to push that agenda.
Yeah.
And they hoping that content
Do you
creators
think they want us to be weird
really,
and in
really,
tune with
really out there trying
ourselves?
to, you know,
Never.
No, they don't.
push
They
that
don't.
poison.
Never.
But we need to.
They don't, but we need to.
Right.
Monty just said it and said it best. Listen, you guys, if y'all not on this capacity of where you need to learn and figure out some things for yourself. Hey, Kiwi, what's going on? Listen, can you have... yeah.
I think all schools need to bring back sex education. They supposed to have it.
I believe they
The
do.
real sex education. Like
I said
teaching
that.
them how
Showing them
to
diseases on your
how to comb
driving
your hair.
process. Yeah.
how to do oral hygiene, how to do vaginal and
How to check yourself for
all of it.
STDs in your
yeah.
mouth.
Hello. All that hygiene, like
Your mouth is crazy.
I'm not even gonna lie
Whoa.
because that smell is something different.
I'm not lying.
You could tell by sitting next to someone
Yeah. Yeah.
what they've been through, and you
Literally.
should not be able to do that,
Literally.
right?
Yeah.
What you mean, smelling them? If somebody
Man,
ripping through their jeans,
listen.
through some car high jeans, if you
Listen.
stinking that bad,
And then y'all have the nerve to come out and buy us and
do you say anything
Pajamas?
to somebody like that?
absolutely.
Like, or you just,
Absolutely.
or you just
Absolutely.
do subliminal? Ooh, it's
Absolutely.
stinking
I
here,
pull them
you
off
know?
to the side, whether they get offended or not,
You gonna say
because
something about it?
I would
Yes.
want somebody to tell me. You don't know. It could be something medical, right?
It could be.
It could be.
Now, listen, we've not had those good practices with clients that we've
We
had.
And had some really extensive conversations.
Yeah.
Even have to,
Oh, my
sometimes
God.
you might have to just, they might not know.
No, they might not.
Right.
They,
They
might
might
not know. It's so.
Sometimes
this is
you
serious.
become immune to it. We have had clients.
So that's funkinitis. They got funkinitis.
Yeah, and you know what? That could cause an illness.
It's-
Yeah.
Lack of hygiene
You
could
can stink
cause
so bad
an
that you can
illness.
die.
You could get
Literally.
sick.
No, you can get
You get
you
sick,
can
you-
get
Oh.
like worms. You can get
Yeah.
That could
maggots.
lead to
That.
I
All
know.
of that.
You
Yeah.
can
From
Yeah.
stinking. You can stink a magnet on yourself.
Well, let me explain something. That's
Oh, it's left
that's
for
a bacteria.
Okay.
So a bacteria
that's
can grow,
feces or something that got to be
Yeah.
left
It's
on you.
spread.
and it
Just
can
go.
grow, and different
Yeah,
things take
if
place.
you doing that, now if you just dumping on yourself and just
No.
living life, walking up the street.
People not, but this is what they just living like
And they
this.
want to have different partners.
Mm.
So mind you, someone that's lack of hygiene,
Right.
like really bad. You go sleep with somebody, right? You
Oh,
sleep
yeah,
with this
yeah.
person. This person gonna have a suit, look good, and be clean as all get out. He go lay down and sleep with someone else.
Because
You see
and
how
then-
this spreads?
Yeah,
Right.
and then you got to talk about that because
Yeah.
listen, some STDs never show up for a man, but will for a woman. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So he can
Absolutely.
go from Sally Sue to Becky Ann. I don't know why I'm doing them names, but anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow. Wait a minute.
But that's what I was telling you, Mika. Listen, it will. Your body will let you know. Your body will let you know. On a,
Right.
You know, especially for
Seriously.
women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how God created us.
Yeah.
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 For women, your body will let you know.
Right. And see, he will never know. But you'll know because you'll go to the office, you'll get checked out. Oh, I forgot I'm in the mic. You'll go to the office, you'll get checked out, and then boom, shakalaka, here it is. I got something. Then you go back and tell him, like, what? I never gave you anything.
Right. You must have.
But it's all him. So now, and those are a lot of the things where girls are getting, what is it, like yeast infections and things like that, right? That's actually more to it
Yeah.
than a yeast infection. If I get a yeast infection, I'm gonna tell you this: I ain't never had one.
Right.
So if I get one, somebody been poking and sticking. You feel me? And if you don't understand this for your own bodies, somebody's sticking and moving, and it ain't you.
Well, men, if you don't know, if you have unprotected sexual acts on your
Yes.
girl, just allow you to know that it does leave those women particles like embedded in you, because remember that's a bonding tool, and,
Thank you.
and it grabs the essence of those people, and that
And you spread it
sharing
around.
that, bringing that back to another woman's essence of her. You know, and it creates, because it don't post to mix, because it's too
Not at
different.
all.
It's too different. You know. What I'm
Not
saying?
at all. Not at all.
You know.
Nope.
It'd be a whole show called Snap.
I mean, just pray for you. Just pray for y'all, man. Well, ain't nobody.
I swear.
Really out there
Anyway.
even.
Oh my mama. Anyway, I'm telling you. But that is the terribleness of it all. So ladies, just be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Slow down a little bit. Take 2 steps back. Ask a friend. It's almost like phone a friend. You know what? I don't think I'm feeling this situation. I don't think I should go any further with this guy. Don't. If you get a no in your spirit, it mean no.
Right.
Right.
You know, no.
But don't be saying, give me $300 and then you gonna do this magic trick, or this little flip, jump, come down the
But I
little
mean,
pose
if that's what
thing.
you want
I
to
don't
go,
know.
if that's what
But
they want to go
that's-
and pay
no,
for,
but that's hypnotizing.
if that's what they want to go
But-
pay for, that's
but-
fine.
Yeah, but that mindset when they call and ask that dude that, and then you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about paying for it?
Right, so
okay, so
a lot of women
do
let
that.
go too, because you can't call and ask for that.
Ain't nobody calling
And then-
Tyrone.
No, right, leave him alone.
Ain't nobody
and
calling
just
Tyrone.
Deal with it, cause that can be
Because
something.
he ain't right. You know
You
what
know.
I'm saying? But like I said, a lot of women are not not sistering each other anymore. They're not.
Cause I guess everybody done tricked everybody like they can't forgive that old stuff that happened when you was kids and don't be grown, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And rather live without socializing and, letting your life go to nothing and just being dim like you ain't got no more joy in.
And
That's
some people
so true.
for self. They may seem like your friend, but they for themselves. And then also, you can't take advice from everybody.
That's true.
They'll tell you to stay with that
But
man.
happiness and
Won't
joy.
they?
They'll tell you to stay with that man.
Right.
And
They want you to be
knowing in your
miserable.
spirit, your spirit said
You
leave.
miserable.
I'm
You
But
can't
see,
tell me
no,
you don't
But they
know
don't want
in
you
your
to be
heart
better
that
than
you
them
miserable.
too.
right.
A lot of yes,
So
women
you
they
rather
be
they rather
miserable.
you go down. Yes. And I
Yes.
hate that.
Yes.
But that's what that is.
So wait a minute.
You gotta
saying
be
the
careful
sisters,
who you
you
share.
saying the sisters don't, pull their sister up and be like, yo, girl.
The sisters ain't
but
sistering. Didn't we just say that?
Is y'all humble enough
Is
to
the brother
take it
brethren?
when a man or
No.
a woman come and tell you something that deep about a mate that you chose and they seen them or that, this and that, doing all this that's possibly causing these pains to you? Are you intelligent enough to accept that and make that change?
Sharita,
Because, because
what did your sister tell you?
The
She
real.
told you the truth.
The truth.
All right.
But
Yeah.
I'm just
Did you
saying,
take
I
it?
said the question
Absolutely.
was,
Did I
is a
believe it?
person
Absolutely.
intelligent enough
Why?
to
Because it
believe-
came from
cause
my
you-
sister.
Because,
Right?
because some people feel like,
You hating on them,
right,
and
right.
you want him. And,
My judgment, you
or,
saying
yeah.
like my judgment in a person ain't right. I got this. I'm gonna figure it out because I
Right.
want to act like I control and balance stuff. And
you
sometimes
can't
some
control
people,
nobody.
some
No.
people like that. There's that much chaos. You're supposed to get rid of.
That's so true.
Ain't no
That's
once
so true.
too many hurt, painful moments. That's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't need to build this list up where you know you done dogged me for 2 years. Nah, we done. That's
Yeah.
that soon. I
Yeah.
really felt it like that because if you constantly bringing nothing but pain and you know bad moments in your life and and very few good ones,
Yeah.
that's not worth it.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Truly,
You
it's
know.
not.
So Misery loves company, right?
Yes.
So you have to be cautious and aware of the company you keep, far as friends.
Yeah.
What is your definition of a friend?
Right.
What's
Oh my
your
God.
definition of, you know, of that? Because number one, misery loves company. Right?
Yeah.
So people want you to be miserable because they're miserable.
Right.
Right? Absolutely. So when my sister
Go ahead.
comes and share any information, no matter where it came from, it's the real deal.
Absolutely. I respect anybody that ever, would tell a friend the truth.
Because of who she is.
allow
Yeah.
me to be or to allow that person to be some type of way.
'Cause I was
You
trying to
know,
get back.
this little bit of adjustment or information can help me advance or look at something a different way.
Right.
That don't end bad for me.
Right.
And that's showing compassion for me to
I
make
know.
it.
And some people don't mean no harm, but not everybody has that discernment.
Right.
So true.
So you just, it's like blind leading blind. We
Yeah. Yeah,
We-
and that's what I'm saying. Let
you gotta
me,
really
yeah,
just tune into yourself
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because you know what's best for yourself.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's good to, have those people that's, highly in tune with themselves, but not, that's very
Likely.
And don't look for it to be a favor if you doing something for you. Like you owe me something. If I did, you know what I'm saying? Because people try to, if I helped you, you owe me. Do it from the heart.
Man, be
Yeah.
genuine.
Yeah.
Do it right.
Yeah.
Do it from the heart if that's what you helping me with. Don't
Right.
just, take advantage of stuff. And people is doing that today with friendships, taking advantage of it.
Yes, they are.
You know what I'm saying?
Situation.
That's why people,
It's
just
not genuine.
no. But God,
It's like, girl, you got this clout. Let me hop on. Let me get that
for
clout.
real,
too.
you gotta be very
Listen.
careful.
Crazy.
Be humble.
we got about 10 more minutes in here. Somebody put up online, why is dating so hard nowadays?
Why is it so hard? Social media.
No, how do you engage? What makes a date interesting today? What type of things that men and women can do besides? Cause we didn't oversaturated the old activities that we do. Drink, go get something to eat.
Yeah.
What else are we creating? Like I said, we don't have therapy groups that can be nightings out. That we all just have discussions and build. Those can be other night activities to go to.
So
But I'm
serious.
like, for grown folks, this some grown
Yeah.
folks building, and
Yeah.
make it to a night gaming night. But it's some adults building, and possibly knowing how to discuss and bring comfort and peace again. Because this ain't no environment where you can get violent at and start
Yeah.
all that nonsense. Because you set the
Here.
ambience of this place for it to only be growth.
Right,
So
right.
you got those activities because we
So you
live.
saying we lacking like activities?
We lacking
dates and stuff like that?
continuing to grow with other different type of things and inventions or whatever to help us interact and get
I
to
do
know
think
each
that's
other.
part of the
you
reason,
know?
but I think another reason of why dating is hard is people are not being their authentic selves. At the
Thank
end
you.
of the day, because I feel like this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Being authentic.
Yeah.
Being yourself.
Yeah.
Being okay with the skin you're in.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
whatever you
I
dress
think
up in, door money, and you get somebody, what you and that person gonna do? Is it gonna be something that you put all that work in to get? Is it worth it?
So a first conversation, that's what's supposed to be established right then. What do
Right.
you like to do?
Right.
Oh,
That's
what
what I'm
about
saying.
fun?
Go along with
That's
one
what I'm
another.
saying. That's why I was
We
like
have to
those
communicate.
activities and things so we can get to know each other. Because
Right.
before
Yeah.
I say I like you,
Right.
hold up, let me get
I
up
wanna
in
see
this
what you're
brain
about.
and this spirit of you.
And
So,
I say being your
you
authentic
know.
self because you may say you like something
Right.
to somebody
And you
don't
lie.
like that.
And you lie.
Because you don't even know
Exactly.
yourself. So that's
Thank
why I was
you.
saying no,
Right.
because people aren't knowing themselves first, and that would be why.
Trust
reason why.
issues make dating hard
Trust
nowadays.
issues. You gotta definitely-
Damon.
Yeah.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I really believe this. 8 minutes. I really believe this. Yeah, we have, because that went
I
by.
love this conversation.
That went by kind of quick. I need a 2-hour session.
Okay.
Anyway, so I really believe this. I think a lot of what's going on is that people want a partner, but not the commitment.
Oh, okay.
Don't want to be committed. Yeah.
You don't want the commitment. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. If you, and I put this up online, if you're a good person and you've been a good person, I believe you just a good person. If you're a bad person and you've been bad, I just believe you a bad person. Like I said, I've met people that have been on drugs that treated me better than people in 3-piece suits. Right? So I just think at this point in time where we're at in the movement of what it is now, I want what looks good. Right? But I don't think I want that long-term piece of it. Because you know what, which is why this the little destructive device that we got in our palms of our hands right now. You know, you can do so much on this little thing right here. You can be as unfaithful as you want to, but come home and act like you're not. You can have side conversations all you want to and coming home and act like you're not. You know what I'm saying? You can have a whole nother life, whole nother affair online and act like you ain't doing nothing. So this is my thing right here. It's so many choices and options that you have online, but when it comes to your life, what are you choosing? Because you don't want the commitment of the relationship, because I can see so many other things that I can possibly have. There's so much more I can possibly get. You know what I'm saying?
Dive deep into that. Why do you
And so-
think you should have
See,
so many things?
and that's my point right there. You know what I
Can
mean?
ask y'all a question? This is now, because the way I hear that from the woman's version of it. So you telling me as you grow up, start to get older and start to see the opposite sides of a mate to where you engage, you telling me that you don't actually get to go out and see what's for you? How do you go out and see what's for you? Because I'm right to go out, because just because you meet one girl right then, that don't mean that
That's
she's
not
for
what we're
you.
talking about. That's not what
Right,
we're saying.
but
We're
I'm
not
like-
saying it to that level. Okay, I'm
No,
saying
but
it
I'm
to
like, you have to
I'm
have
saying it to the a
experience.
level of when you decide to commit
Right.
to a person. There are no commitments really anymore, and they're asking why is it so hard to date. I'm answering the questions that you got so many other options, and people aren't getting into relationship for the long duration of it. They want what's okay. I'm gonna get what I can get because that's convenient.
It's
I don't think that I want,
situationships.
but
They
I'm
took
not.
the
But that's my
relationship
thing.
out and the marriage out. It's situationships
Yep.
that got some type of contract with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
what
no
they should
ties.
do.
That's
There's no
what?
ties. I don't
serious.
owe you nothing. You don't owe me nothing.
I mean, and that's
You know
what
I'm
I
saying?
understand,
And
but we're
that's
talking
what-
about
that's
the
what a lot of-
answer
a
to
lot
the
of people that
question.
want families. But I'm saying a lot of people that don't want families
Yeah.
probably would choose to live a single life. Some people are free spirited. Now, if you're forcing a free spirited person to try to be
Forcing.
settled behind trying to encourage
Forcing?
and trying to encourage their emotions
Right.
to change, because you know we can do it. Yes, and you're
But
not
that's my
seeing
point.
that. And 'cause, like I said, to know the mate person who you engaging with, and actually asking questions that'll give you the identity if that person is a free spirited.
Right.
Hey, I go to the
continue
strip
with
club all night. You know, I've been going every week.
But be honest
You
with
know.
that.
Exactly. That's my
So now,
point.
if you go with a woman, now she's trying to change you on your routine.
But
because you're
now
dating.
she's
But
trying
if I
to
lock in
change
a
you. I
relationship,
see.
Now
Those
my activity
are-
stopped that I was doing before I locked in and have
Right.
because I have my
See,
own house.
Let me
That's
say this.
another difference.
Let me say this because the thing is that you're not giving men accountability. No, you're not. No, you're not, because you're
Live
saying.
different
But
lifestyles.
what you're
Okay,
saying,
but what we're
we're not
saying is
saying that.
Right.
It's
upfront with
okay.
that, yeah.
Right.
But what we're saying
For the
is
ones who not, but the
Right.
ones who's
Right.
dating and engaged in marriages and stuff
we're
like
not
that.
talking about the people who want the relationships. We're talking about the people who are faking in a relationship.
Who baiting and
Yeah.
saying that, you know, I think that this is a good thing we have.
Right.
And you know,
see,
can
now
I
you
come
have
over
to
tonight
give,
and,
hello?
you know.
Now you have to give men accountability, because this is my problem. My problem is that you talk, the way that came out was like men, like we forcing them to be with us, you know, like women, right? I'm not saying this for everybody. I said the way that you said it. The forcement is in not of us trying to change you to be what we want. You said you was like this when I got with you. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm.
If they gave
right,
you
right.
a total
Lie.
facade, like, you know, hey, this character, this and this.
Yeah.
But like I said, now I don't know if you met him at his house or he came up with that. And
That don't
finessed
even
in your-
matter.
definitely does.
It doesn't.
Because a man who has his own, you will see how he moves.
Yeah.
And it does
Especially
not.
if you come over here and spend the night at him. I don't know how, like I said, you talking about manipulative and people.
Exactly, that's what we're talking about.
If you on Playboy time, that's what you was looking for.
But that's what we're
how you got
talking
stories
about.
him, and if that's not what you was looking for.
But that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking
You like
about.
So
the
it all
fact,
goes
and you
down
saw,
to
you said that
your
part, that
authentic self,
Come on.
following that discernment too.
Yeah.
You
That's
just
all
gotta
I'm
know what
saying.
you're telling-
You
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
That's
know
what I'm
you're dealing with.
saying.
Because you do know.
Because that
In a
journey,
sense, you do know.
when you
But
take on
not
that
all the
journey,
time, you know, because people talk good.
That's what I'm saying. So we're not talking about the people who actually want to be in committed relationships. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the people who sitting up here, you straight up a liar. You're a liar. And I'm talking about men or women.
Right, it go both ways.
It
Talking
go
about
both
sweet
ways.
talk.
The sweet talk. No, I'm
Sweet
talking about
talk.
somebody sitting up here telling you,
Sweet
okay,
talk.
hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do
Sweet
that
talk.
for you. All of this, right? We're going to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out they got 20 women on the other side of you. So, like, listen. And women do the same exact thing. So I can't say anything different on that. But what I'm saying is
Thank
we
you.
get
I'm just
so
glad
many,
that, you know.
we get so many situations of, like I just explained, why relationships aren't working nowadays, right? Is that people do not want the relationship. They want the situation. They want you temporarily. And instead of them just saying that, they won't. You know what I mean? Anyway, it's 4:00, y'all. We done made it. We made it. All right. Yeah, to be continued. All right, Rita, Money, Draper, everybody, you got any last minute words to say?
Just like to say, y'all have a blessed evening. You know, keep your head open, your eyes on closed. I mean, eyes open, your head open, all that. You know, just no. I ate one of them edibles. Forgive me, they leave.
And I just gotta say, be your authentic self.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay, even
Right.
if it looks weird to other people.
Lord.
Be yourself. That's it. That's all.
Medical card.
Listen, Rita, any last words? No? All right, y'all, I appreciate you all for coming on. Like I said, this has been Afternoons with Delight, and we'll see you again next time. Hey, cousin Shannon, Trisha, all our people out there in California that's listening to us up in Chicago. All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace.